welcome to another video. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Anthony and welcome to the Blue Circuit. And today we're going to talk about the 7Artisan full frame 35mm f.8 lens. And the reason why I decided to purchase this lens is because I wanted something new. I wanted something different. And I feel like I have reached the limitations of this kit lens. Not saying it's like I used it for like street photography or anything like that. But I'm just saying for my video sakes. Because I'm noticing that ever since I upgraded my lighting here, I upgraded just a lot of things in my studio. I noticed that I'm running this lens a little bit darker and I want the aperture to be a little bit lower. How you guys are seeing me right now, you're seeing me at 35mm on my zoom lens. Is set at a aperture of 4.4 with the ISO at 2500. Now, before, I'm not going to say, let me put this disclaimer out there that I'm not like a camera professional. I haven't been doing this for a living. I've mostly been doing YouTube. So that's all I've been doing. So give you guys some background. So I've been doing YouTube for approximately about like 8 to 9 years. And I'm getting the lay of the land of like upgrading my camera and so forth. So with that background, I have moved up from an iPhone to an Sony ZV-1, and to now I have my first full frame camera that I've been shooting on, which is my Lumix S9. And this is my first zoom lens right here, my first prime lens, I should say. And the reason why I decided to get a prime lens is because I want a little bit more background bokeh. I want a little bit more something that I can be stagnant with. And now I decided to choose this. Now the 7Artisan was nice because since I unboxed it, I like the feel of it. I like the look of it and everything. You guys let me know what you guys think about it, but I love the look of it. I like how Artisan did their nice little touches on it and everything. It has very similar touches compared to the Lumix S Prime lens that I'm shooting with right now. The only difference that I have noticed between the two is that this one is a little bit more heavier, but the sizes are exactly the same. Another difference that I have noticed with this lens is that very unfortunate that it comes with this 62, I would say like ring shape for there. So if I had to get another ND filter, I would have to buy that aftermarket, but luckily I have one sitting around here. But overall, that's not a big deal. Now, one of the things I'm going to share with you guys in this video is the difference. That's why I started off with the kit lens, so you guys can see how is the video quality coming from a Lumix S zoom lens to converting over to a pretty cheap, let's say $300 sub prime lens. And the reason I decided to get this lens too, another thing, is because I didn't want to stay on the Lumix platform for what I needed for a prime lens. I love this lens, don't get me wrong. This is pretty much going to be the setup that I'm running with for a very long time, because the kit lens that I have, which is the 20 to 60 mil, 3.5 to 5.6, this is going to be my vlogging type lens when I'm out and about. And if I need that versatility, then I have this lens. But if I want something to take better pictures, better product reviews, better thumbnails, then that is where this guy is going to come into play for me, because of the background blur and everything like that. And also, there are some things I want to share with you guys that I noticed that a lot of people haven't really shared with me on, or with you guys on in the YouTube space. They like to claim and say that these are heavy and big compared to the Lumix S series. It's not that bad. I feel like it's just being overly rated and people are just like narking on this to a point, but it's not that bad. It's not as heavy as people made it out to be. One thing that I'm used to is that having this aperture ring here. This aperture ring is very nice. It has a little click in there. So if it stays in auto mode, it's definitely going to be staying in that auto mode for a while. But as you can see, as I'm going through it here, that you're definitely going to have to, it got a little bit of snug to it. So it's not going to be loose. But I can see if you're trying to get to like an aperture of 2.2 or 2.3 or 2.8, you got to make sure that it's there. But overall, like the quality of this is very nice. It's very phenomenal. Hopefully you heard that click there. So that is nice. I love that it has very similarities compared to the Lumix S lens, as far as like the autofocus and manual focus. That's pretty nice to have. But One thing I have noticed that a lot of people do not talk about, but I'll share with you guys that shortly, is that the way this looks on the back of it, compared to the Lumix S prime zoom lens, it's not circular shape. It's more like a square shape on the outside, and then it's more circular in the inside. That's one difference that I have noticed. But I noticed coming from this lens that the amount of light that I'm getting in here is very phenomenal. And instead of me talking about it, let's go ahead and switch it right now. Okay, so just like that, we are now on the Lumix lens that we have in our hand. And just comparing between the two, like, yes, this is a little bit lighter, but hopefully you guys can tell the difference between the lens so far. The only difference that I did was that I just color graded my film. But other than that, like, you can probably tell the difference between based on the background. The background is a little bit more blurrier. I'm more stand out. The prime lens is probably a little bit more sharper. So you guys drop a comment below and let me know what you guys think. Like, is the image a little bit more sharper? Can you see a better contrast? Can you really tell the difference? Because how are you looking at me right now? The aperture is at f1.8. The ISO is set to 1250. Other than that, nothing else have changed. But overall, like, I'm really liking both lenses so far. It definitely fits my needs pretty well, especially for how I'm using this camera. But overall, like, I'm really pleased with how the Artisan actually comes out, and I can actually change the aperture if I wanted to. Like, if I feel like this is a little bit too much blur, then I can always go to a 2.2. I can go to a 2.8. So I love the flexibility of the aperture on this. I cannot wait to shoot more footage with this camera to see, or with this lens to see, like, how well it is, how well it shoots. But overall, I'm pretty much happy with this. Now, both of these lenses are not like weather sealed or anything like that, but for how I'm shooting this type of content, most likely is going to be indoor in the garage. If I'm out and about, like, I'm gonna make sure that it's not raining whatsoever. So what did come with my 7Artisan lens is when I bought it from them was all these little goodies. It came with the hood, which is nice. So if I have any type of if I'm out shooting in the daylight, that's pretty nice. They also came with this cleansing kit, which I wasn't expecting this, because this is, you assume this is extra, but they gave this to me. They also came with like a nice little pouch for my lens, which is pretty nice. And they also came with this nice cloth wrap or whatever, or this big giant cloth. So I wasn't expecting this at all. And the price that I paid for this 35mm lens was like $285. And it took a week to get here because I ordered it from their site just to take advantage of that discount code. But other than that, this is my first impressions. This is what you guys looking at me so far. I'm very pleased with it. That you guys are going to see more videos around this lens coming soon, because this is pretty much going to be my primary lens to get me focused and get used to this focal length. So if you guys like this, you guys know what to do with this video. Hit that like button, subscribe, and stay tuned for more content, as I'm gonna share with you guys my Lumix S9 paired with this 7Artisan lens. So like that, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.